Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Chainsaw Man. So I know there's a ton of hype around this show. I've actually avoided watching any of the trailers because I wanted to go in a bit blind, and I didn't want a situation like Attack on Titan where the animation in the trailer is different from the animation in the show. I was worried about that. So I do know a few things about the kind of premise of this. There's like these demons that are the embodiment of these quite abstract concepts. It reminds me a lot of kind of like Jogo from Jujutsu Kaisen, with him being the embodiment of like natural disasters. There's like the embodiment of chainsaws, obviously, for Chainsaw Man, and there's a few others. I know one of the characters is named Power, so that she's like the embodiment of power, I'm guessing, something along those lines. And I know the main character's name is Denji, but that's pretty much all I know. I'm going in blind from that point. I'm very excited to see the animation from Mappa here. A lot of people have been hyping up, and I know this is kind of one of their tentpole releases now. And I do promise at one point I will do an anime that isn't a Mappa animated anime on the show. I also know that each ending is different for each episode of the show, which is really cool. I saw a few names in there like Eve and a few others that are really exciting, so I'm looking forward to that. I was confused at first and thought that was the openings, but it's the endings, and I did see the opening was posted on Twitter a few hours ago, but I avoided watching it because I want to see it in the show. So before we get into this, be sure to check out the Patreon. Over there you can find 1 week early access. You can also find polls so you can vote for what's next, and you can find a full-length timer-based version of this where you just sync up your own footage and you can watch along with me. Obviously there's no early access for this because it's airing at the moment and I want to get it on YouTube right away, but if you wanted to see the uncut version, go check it out on the Patreon. So yeah, let's just jump right in.
仕事行くか。
I mean, instantly it's just beautiful as expected. All of these backgrounds.
木切って月収6万だろ。この間売った腎臓が
Sold a kidney. Wow. Okay. I love that the 3D effect on the trees. They look like the 3D models.
いくらで売れた
Oh, it's nuts. Okay. I've seen that dog before. The people have the little plush of it.
3804万円
Okay, so yeah, he's just in complete poverty.
やっぱデビルハンターが一番儲かるな
Okay, they're called devils. This is Devil Hunter. Oh, here we go, opening. Oh, I feel like the people won't be happy about that 3D there. Oh, this has a bit of a groove to it. Yeah, the bass. That guy looks like a shark back there. And like an angel. Power, yeah, see that. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, that. Okay, there's quite a few scenes that look quite like mundane in there as well. I wonder if there'll be any slice of life elements just to get to know the characters better. But then it's like contrasted by all this crazy stuff happening.
こいつはトマトの悪魔ですね
The tomato devil, yeah. I saw he was on a farm. I thought it was that. I thought it might have been a turnip. There's that turnip one, the spirit from Spirited Away is going to make a joke about.
そっから借金と利子引いて17万。さらに仲介手数料と事務手
Yeah, it all gets cut down. So the bodies don't just disappear. The carcass just remains after to be sold.
もう残り1800円になっちゃった家に食いもんねえし
I don't know how much that is comparatively, but yeah, it's not a lot.
なんでんなガキをデビルハンターに雇ってるんです？
俺たちにしている借金を返させてんだよ。
And it's easier to control and manipulate him, isn't it?
このタバコ食ったら100円やるよ。
マジっすか
I was wondering how he'd react to that if he'd actually do it.
あ
Look at his teeth, his sharp teeth. Maybe Pachito will get more than a slice of bread for dinner today then.
あ俺たちは普通なんて夢の話だけどな死ぬまで借金返し終わる気し
Yeah, so he just has a ton to pay off. But it's all from his dad, not him anyway.
こんなボロ小屋には女呼べねえし
Yeah, you can't exactly bring a girl home here. Maybe he can find a rich sugar mama to help pay off his debt.
ガキ、物乞いするなり体売るなりして
700k. I need to figure out what that is. That's a great shot though, the empty field, how barren it is with just him and the grave and that one tree. And Pachita, a devil, shows up right when he's at the grave.
殺すなら殺せよ。どうせ死ぬんだ。
So did they make a deal together or something? A bargain? Oh, it was her. I'm surprised they like actually bleed like that, like a regular being. If it was a devil with something more grand than that or something, I don't know.
悪魔は血飲めば傷治るって聞いたことがある。
He's offering up himself, wow. And we saw that quick flash of what I assume is his dad hanging himself.
俺の血はただじゃねえ。これは契約だ。
It's funny that it's Denji offering up the deal as well, though. Not the other way around. Usually it's the devil helping someone out, not someone helping a devil out. That's an interesting spin on it. Oh yeah, they made some of the devil blood purple to make it less violent then.
食パンにジャム塗ってポチタと食って女とイチャイチャしたりして一緒に部屋でゲームして抱かれながら眠るんだ。
We kind of saw all of this in the OP, but was that just like a vision of him having a nice life? That's what the opening was. Oh, if he's got a health condition now, yeah, that's going to go even worse. If he's got to pay off medical debt, I don't know if in Japan they have socialized medicine or not.
その病気で血吐いて死んだんだとよ。
But obviously I've seen he has this like other form. And I didn't realize he had an eye patch. I swear I've seen him without the eye patch before. So can he heal in some way in the other form? And the other form is like a chainsaw. If it was like maybe he'll fuse with Pachita.
見させてほしいよな。
Oh, that's great. I always love a upside down shot like that.
こんなとこに悪魔出たんすか？
Oh, is this a setup or something? This feels off.
でも俺は犬は臭くて綺麗だ。
Yeah, just got stabbed. Oh, it went right through Pachita too. Yeah, so they're set up. But he's never going to want to pay back the rest now.
てめえみてえに悪魔と契約することにしたんだ。
Oh, he's part devil too now? I made a deal with one.
悪魔の力。
What is that? It's like a floating body.
デビルハンター君、マジこい
Okay, what does that represent? I wonder.
その力でゾンビになっちゃうんだけどね。
Is the zombie devil? He or she is the zombie devil? I mean, I'm guessing at this point he doesn't know about his like Chainsaw Man form. You know it's bad when a slow moving zombie like that catches up to you. Ooh. Oh, really going for it. He's not gonna like die and become a devil, is he?
せめて普通の生活がしたいだけなのに。
Oh, Vegeta's like completely cut in half. Oh shit, no, he's just beheaded. Okay, yeah, they really got to him. But can heal from the blood, yeah. Oh yeah, he does use him just like an little chainsaw login, yeah. Those trees look great. The watercolor, yeah, of course.
悪魔には死んだ人の体を乗っ取れるやつもいるらしい。
Yeah, yeah. Vegeta's gonna take over the dead body. But I feel like Denji's still gonna have some of his consciousness. It's not gonna be just Vegeta using his body, is it? Oh, he's like, yeah, chainsaw blades connecting, okay.
私はデンジの夢の話を聞くのが好きだ。
It's like the first time he's talked as well.
私の心臓をやる。代わりにデンジの夢を。
Oh, it's just talking dreams. I wonder if Vegeta can actually talk though. Oh, it's like the ripcord. So Vegeta is inside him. Oh, and the zombies are still here. I was wondering if it would transform and we'll get an action scene. It looked like it was like abandoned, but yeah.
もっといい生活を望んだ。俺も同じか。ポチタが許し合わせた。
The greed of the Yakuza.
そうか。みんな夢見ちまう。
Yeah, yeah, no matter where you are, you always dream of things being better.
邪魔すんなら。
Oh, just got chills. Here we go. Oh yeah, he's just gonna burst out of them, isn't he? I've noticed the zombies just went from CG to hand-drawn because like the animation might pick up in a sec with this an action scene coming in. Oh yeah, you can hear the engine whirring. The design is so cool. Yeah, that's not doing anything now. Oh no, it's just chucking them. I thought it was like reabsorbing them or something to get stronger. Oh, that was great, jumping on the bodies. You gotta go for that giant exposed brain, you know, come on. Oh yeah, I always love that when a character's like going along a like tentacle or something. To split completely in half. Yeah, are there like rules around how you kill a devil? You gotta cut it in half, cut off his head, that kind of thing. Obviously there's some injuries that they can probably heal from, but not an injury like that.
たちの方は心まで悪魔になっちまったみてえだな。
Yeah, he can get his revenge. Oh yeah, just go with the one on his head as well. I wonder if he can summon any more, or if it's just those three that took one on each hand and on his head. Yeah, he's debt free after this if he kills them all. Or it seems to have like taken over him a bit, like the evilness at the end there. He was losing control. Oh, this is... I recognize her with the pink hair. Is that Power?
先を越されたね。
Are they like a government operation searching for devils, devil hunters? They seem more professional immediately with the suit and ties.
変わった匂いがするね。人でも悪魔でもない匂い。
Oh, she can smell the difference.
これ、君がやったの？
So maybe he will start working for them if they're devil hunters too. Yeah, it's just like melting away. So is his other eye fine now? Was it like fully healed?
私はゾンビの悪魔を殺しに来た。公安のデビルハンターなんだ。
With public safety, yeah. So it's like there's a government side to it as well.
飼うなら、ちゃんと餌はあげるよ。
Oh, he's fed as well. No debt. Now he's fed. Perfect. If they give him accommodation as well, he's sorted.
朝飯はどんなの？
What's for breakfast? And jam. And a salad and coffee. He wasn't even dreaming of salad and coffee.
最高じゃないっすか。
I was wondering if he was going to be in love with her. You know, pretty girl shows up, gives him everything she wanted. This is one of the EDs then. I was wondering if the EDs, because there's, you know, all of the new ones, there's a new one for each episode. I was wondering if they'd be integrated into the episode. You know how sometimes you have the credits showing up while the ED's actually playing. Okay, so that was Chainsaw Man episode 1. Of course, this is kind of your very stereotypical first episode for a shonen. It's like character gets his powers and is introduced to the world a bit. He was kind of already familiar with the chainsaw and the kind of concept of devils anyway, but it still kind of follows some of those same tropes. You get a big action scene and then someone comes in and swoops him up. Now that girl at the end, I have seen the design of like a pink-haired girl and her name is Power, but she has like horns as well, and that didn't look like it was the same person. But it could be a similar situation to Denji, where maybe she has her like human form and then she has like a devil form as Power or something along those lines. And that does bring in an interesting concept with the government, because it seems like they are government agents. That's what it sounded like. And if that's the case, obviously the government knows all about this, and that just brings in, there's like a lot of possibilities there now, because the government could be doing experiments, the government could be making devils, the government could have like a really powerful devil that they're using somehow. There's a lot of cool things that could come with that if that's the route the show wants to take. And then the concept of devils is really cool. It is something that I've seen similar in Jujutsu Kaisen, but there is a slight difference. It seems like devils are based on fears, so people are scared of chainsaws, people are scared of zombies, and it looked like there was quite a power difference between the zombie devil and the chainsaw devil Pashita, which makes sense because zombies are like a bigger fear than chainsaws, aren't they? So that does make me wonder about the power levels of certain things. What kind of devil is the most powerful? What is like the least powerful? I saw in the opening there was like a shark dude, so like sharks are up on that list somewhere. And then I wonder like how specific and how abstract they go, because like if the fear of the dark, that would be one that is like way up there if that is a devil, like the darkness devil. But it all seems to be like very specific. Like chainsaws is a very specific one. I feel like, you know, there's chainsaws, there's knives, there's guns. They could all be separate devils, or you could have like a weaponry devil that's a bit more broad. So I do wonder how broad they go with it in some of the concepts for the devils. I feel like a sea devil that deals with like tasselophobia, that could be really powerful, or like a space devil, because I have seen the imagery of the astronauts where they're like cut in half and praying, and there is some sort of like devil figure there. I wonder if that is the devil of space or something along those lines. And I do wonder if there is a devil, because there's the fear of the devil. I was thinking along the lines of like religion, because we see the astronauts praying. Are there people that are afraid of religion? And being afraid of religion is usually being afraid of hell and the consequences of religion. So is there like a devil? That would be a cool concept as well. That would be like the king of all devils, I guess. And then on the subject of devils, it's a really cool dynamic. Denji, the one who offered the deal with the devil, because usually it is devils or the devil in stories preying on people that need help, but it was actually Poshita that needed help, and Denji was the one to offer it, letting him suck the blood from him and heal. So that was a nice little twist on that kind of stereotype and that trope, you know. So I do wonder how much Poshita feels indebted to Denji, and I do wonder if Poshita can actually talk, because we did see it talk, but that was kind of that little dream sequence. Will we actually get any talking from Poshita later on? Can it actually talk, or was that just because it was in that little dream? And it also does seem like obviously devils are not inherently evil, despite the name. Poshita is actually quite nice, but that could just be because Poshita is indebted to Denji. Would Poshita still be as nice to other people? Maybe not, but it does show that they have a bit of humanity, the devils, which is interesting, because that could cause some conflict later down the line, perhaps, if you want to kill a devil but the devil is begging for its life. The devil actually has emotions and feelings, and I'm imagining the more powerful the devil, the more kind of intelligent it actually is. That just makes a lot of sense storyline wise. So with Denji, we saw he was constantly paying off this debt that he owed to the mafia from his father. He kind of inherited it from his father, and I do wonder where that debt came from. What did the father do that indebted him to the mafia? That's an interesting thought as well. There's a bit of mystery there. Perhaps it's something that Denji will find out later down the line that will stir him up a bit. Like if his father got a hit out on someone or something of that sort. Like what did his father do that got him indebted into the Yakuza? And then right before we got that transformation and Denji's like epic fight with the zombie, he had this little speech. It was kind of about greed, but I think he kind of broke it down a bit more into just people wanting a better life. He was like comparing himself to the Yakuza. Even though they had more than him, they still wanted more. But I think that's always the case. Everyone still wants to improve, striving for an improvement. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. There's a certain amount of greed that is good for you, but it's when it comes at the detriment to other people, that's when it's a problem. And that's why it was a problem when the Yakuza were doing it to Denji. And then we got that fight scene right at the end. Of course, you have to have an epic fight scene in the first episode. So there was some really cool stuff in there. Always love when there's like a character that has kind of tentacle powers and the characters are like running along the tentacles or like flying through them, things like that. We had a little bit of that in there. I did notice a bit of CGI. I'm sure there will be some people that complain about that. Of course, there always are whenever there's any CGI. I didn't mind it, but I also wouldn't say it was unnoticeable. Like, you could tell that it was CGI, but with how intricate some of the designs and the characters are, it makes sense. I did notice in the OP, there was this section where it felt a bit more stylized, and I really liked the animation there. it was, it was him, he was like bursting out or something, but the animation was a lot more stylized than it is in the actual show. And it does make me wonder, I wish the actual show was like that stylized, because it lets you be a bit more free with the animation. Like Mob Psycho 100 comes to mind. When the character designs are more simple, you can be more expressive and free with the animation. But if you wanted to like break down Chainsaw Man's character design, I think you could pretty easily. It's just like an orange ball with a kind of grey stick as the head. If there was an action sequence where you really wanted to go crazy with some Sakuga and like break the form down into its simplest features, I think you could do that quite easily actually. This is definitely more of an introductory episode, so you're kind of, working through what you need to introduce the characters and the world and everything. So I'm excited for the next episode where we can flesh things out a bit more, learn a bit more about some new characters. We've got this government agency coming in now as well, which is interesting. So I'm really looking forward to the next episode. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment. And if you really loved it, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date for all of the future episodes. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.